Alright, we're recording.
And we're live.
Lower Society, fucking take 836 on the first episode.
My name is Taylor Swift.
Taylor to the motherfucking Swift.
You know we don't play games around here.
Got a very, very special first episode here with Devin, a.k.a. Based R. Kelly, a.k.a. got turned down by your auntie but then went out with your cousin, a.k.a. Mr. Finesse all the old ladies at the bingo hall. How you doing today?
That's me. They call me Big D-Dog, but I got a real small dick.
So, you have you do a skit every week called Good Evening America?
Yeah, it's a little play on what's going on nowadays. And now it's all just a load of malarkey. It's all just media trying to fuck with you. So that's what we're doing now. We're just trying to fuck with you. Have a good time.
Definitely very, very amusing skit. I enjoy watching it every time you do it. Just for the process of you making it, it's like creative genius. It's like you're just kind of like stagnant, and then out of nowhere it's like moving 100 miles an hour, perfect synchronicity, and then you just stop, do what you got to do, and it's like that.
It's like Alex Jones. Once the thought comes, it's just not stopping. It's just going to keep on moving.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's definitely a process worth watching, and then the final product is just it's great. It's tremendous.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every time. I think this week's is probably the best one yet.
Yeah, we'll have to, when this goes up...
It just finished, actually, rendering. So, get ready.
The hell was that sound?
That was the thing that finished in rendering.
Oh, that's...
done,
so it's ready to go.
It'll be out later tonight, but
Well,
we'll record this. But
you know, when this finally goes up, wherever we're going to put it, we'll put a link to that in, you know, the bio somewhere, so they can, you know, go watch your fucking creative genius on that.
I'm a fucking schmuck guy.
So, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Yeah, no, fuck, honestly, I was high. I forgot what I was going to say, so you're good. Oh, no, I was going to say, it's actually brought to you by weed. Just the whole plant sponsored it. It's crazy, right? I didn't know a plant could even talk, but it can. I learned that.
Yeah.
Photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Synthesis.
Photosynthesis, that's what they call it, I think.
It's definitely an interesting process, that's for sure. But, so, it has been one hell of a few, past few months in our country, like, let alone, you know, I thought when we were, like, 15, 16, me and you especially, we were getting crazy into that conspiracy theory. I thought, like, 2016 was the craziest year we were going to see. I thought 2016, it couldn't get crazier.
Remember 2012 when it was like it was just all speculation, the Mayans.
Are coming from
from
2008, every 4 years on election year, we just had a crazier fucking year than the year 4 years previous. It was just, it's been a...
Dumpster fire.
Yeah, a literal dumpster fire and a bunch of homeless men trying to piss out, like, herpy piss and piss it out. You know what I mean?
Full of
It's not
Uncle
working.
Joey's when he was in the volunteer firefighter. Just like, call me when there's a real fire, dumpster fire.
But they're all moving to California, though. They're going to have the state. We're just going to let them have it.
I guess, yeah. Is that overall what the plan is? We're going to just trash California, give it up to the homeless, put up a wall, and say, good luck.
I think that's what Donnie said, yeah. I think Donald Trump said we're just going to... We're gonna put them in there. We're going to put all the homeless people in there. We're going to light it on fire once every 6 months.
He actually said this?
Yeah, I think so. I think I heard him say that.
I think I read it on the news.
Yeah, on the news somewhere.
A Reddit article.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw it on Wikipedia.
If it's on Reddit, they ain't lying about it.
Facts.
It was on Tumblr.
Some smart people on Reddit.
Is Tumblr still a thing?
I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder if Tumblr
Hey,
is...
what about TikTok being banned as of today?
Today. So,
today?
Yeah, today's the day. I think. Or is it... Yeah, today's the 20th. Mm-hmm. Today's the day. But,
Get the fuck out.
Or is it next Sunday? Is it the 27th?
Oh, I don't know.
I know it's either this Sunday or next Sunday. I'm not sure.
It's a garbage app.
I could be wrong, yeah.
Garbage app for garbage
I
people.
heard that it's not solely like the app is just going to be gone. What
it's just in the country, right?
Oh, well, not only that, but what I'm saying is, like, it'll still be on your phone. You can open it and everything. You won't be able to upload anything on it. And then once it's time to update it, it's going to just crash. You're not going to be able to update it. I could be wrong on all this.
Yeah, like if you already have it. Right?
Yeah, like it'll stay on your phone and won't just delete it. But I mean, on the other hand, the government has had access to every single individual's phone since 2001. Who's to say that they don't have the power to delete it right out of your phone at this point?
What about a VPN, though? Maybe will VPN save you there? Because that puts your IP in another country.
Yeah,
so
I think it's just mostly just fucking stupid propaganda to raise tension against a different country. You know what I mean?
See, I think that a little bit. I think we're kind of in the right by banning TikTok. I mean, just think about it overall. In what world should a capitalistic society bend over backwards to a communist technology company? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, well, this is clearly wrong.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought it was wrong that there was a possible chance of them, if there was a breach, that just the fact that they had the information for all those American
basically they
citizens
have like 25 million different camera angles of American soil, and like that creeps me out. Like,
That's
yeah,
a good point.
Facebook does shit like that, but the thing is, it's an American company marketing your information for, you know, like for product, like they want to sell you products. It's not, you know, in case a different government wants to come in and start running shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, I don't trust Chinese, like, anything in U.S. markets in a sense. Like, how they started, like, running shit in the NBA, and, like, that one NBA player was like, fuck China or something, and then they had to issue an apology the next day. Like, fuck that. No American should ever have to apologize to a communist government ever under any circumstances.
Exactly.
The U.S. government should have stepped in and stepped on China in that situation and say, an American has to say sorry to the communist? Fuck no.
Suck my dick.
Suck my dick is right.
Fuck you, China. Yeah, nah, we don't bend over to fucking Rocket Man, so why the fuck we gonna bend over to China? Fuck them.
If someone offends our own president, we don't say sorry, but we're gonna say sorry to some fucking communists?
Yeah, nah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's because America's public enemy #1 in the eyes of the public. So, I mean, they're just anything and everything to strike us down and make you feel like a bad person. Look, I'm cool with... The thing is, I'm cool with the American companies having my information, because then if they kill me, I'm dumb enough to live here and give them my information. But the thing about we didn't know that this Chinese technology company had our information until it came out, and then everyone was like, you know, this ain't too good. But, like, I would much rather be killed by my own government than another government. So let your stupidity play in on it. Don't just blame yourself, or don't blame the other American companies. You live in this country for a reason. You're taking a chance.
Yeah, I think a big thing, too, for me is... Yeah, capitalism has a lot of flaws, and it is not the perfect society. You do eventually come to a point where, like, a minority of the population owns a vast majority because of whatever they did. But the difference is in a communist society, the people who rise up and own majority of the population are chosen before birth. At least in America, you have an opportunity to make it in that group of people, where... In China, you do not. If you're born in the slums, you stay in the slums. You do not eventually
have a chance.
You don't even have a chance to become a rapper and get some rap money or something.
There was what's her name, Margaret Thatcher, I think, the lady in British Parliament, like the 90s. I remember I watched something with her earlier. She said, for all these people who want socialism, you want the poorer, like, this is the top class and this is the poorer class. She said, you want the poorer class to be up here, but what you're gonna do is, if we install socialism, this is where the poor people are, this is where the rich people are. Everyone goes here.
And government stays right
here on top.
And the issue with socialism is, in short term, it is perfect. It is like a paradise. But long term, here's what's going to happen is they're going to offer, you don't have to work, we'll give you money. So now, eventually, you're going to get to the point where everyone's like, well, fuck it, I don't want to work, give me free money. But then here's the issue is, now we have to fill the jobs that nobody wants to work. And if the government's giving you money, they now have the authority to come in and say, you have to go do this job.
Yeah.
And now you're basically enforcing slave labor.
Exactly.
And it's just...
Plus, they can't even talk shit about it on the internet like we can either.
Yeah,
it's
they'll shut you down in that type of society. You can't
Twitter,
speak
we can talk
that.
shit about anything, anybody and anything. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes away the incentives for education away, because everyone's making the same amount of money doing different jobs anyway. So it's like, what's the point?
What's the point of building yourself up to be like a physicist when the government's gonna come in and say, we need garbage men, go do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're gonna have a society of real fucking idiots.
Work at Foxconn.
Yeah, that's why people need to just understand, you live in a real fucking good situation. You live in the best situation.
Well, I wouldn't go to say as far as to say the best. I'm sure there are places that, like, blow everywhere else out of the fucking water. But we are far from the worst. If you're at the bottom of the totem pole and look up, you still can't see America.
Yeah.
We're up there.
We're up there.
We are fucking up there. If you are to sit here and think you're not, I want to see how you get somewhere in like how about an African village or one of the sand hut areas in Iraq. Let's see how far you make it in there.
I don't mean one of them prayer groups that goes out for a month either and comes back home. I mean go out there, live your life out there.
Good luck. Good luck.
You're fucking screwed.
Yeah, I mean, what's going to happen when a ballistic missile hits your house and you can't call anybody? You just have to you have to clean it up yourself, clean up the bodies, any of your loved ones who were in the accident, you have to bury them yourself.
There's no union crew that comes through.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nobody protecting your civil rights. Like, there is no, if somebody robs your property, you can call the police and they handle this. It's up to you. And some may say that's a better society, but is it? Is it better going back to the wild, wild west? Like, do you want to start seeing, like, duels in the street at dawn? Like, as, fun as a concept that sounds, in reality, we are going to go to the dark ages in that situation.
Because we don't really have to worry about a lot in this country, so we do have, like, the freedom and time to create, like, all this technology. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Going to fucking Mars, science, medicine, all this shit.
Because people get upset and then they go 50 years back. And they're like, look what we did 50 years ago. And it's like, it's history. It's in the past. That's why it's called history.
It's a
Leave
process
it there.
of documented progression. You're going to see where you fucked up in the past.
Exactly.
Here's my issue is there are plenty of injustices from the past that should be mended. But here's the issue is what they want for compensation is money. Now, here's the issue. Who's going to pay that money? Because at the end of the day, if you're not going to be able to ask someone to pay you money because someone that looks like them did something wrong to someone that looks like you, but neither of you know any of the people involved.
Yeah, that's another thing. You guys don't know nobody. This is all because of the internet. All because of the internet.
Like, granted, there are situations, like, current day where, yes, there needs to be, like, reformation. Like, somebody wrongfully imprisoned, somebody, like, injustice, injusticeably, like, murdered by police. But here's my thing is if there was a law, like, putting down a group of people 100 years ago that is no longer in play, yes, the mentality carried over with a lot of people. You can't expect it not to. That's just human nature. To say it shouldn't be like that is to say we shouldn't be human.
Exactly.
But it's changing as humans grow and learn. And to just say, well, that's not good enough, we need this, well, we're nothing more than human, and we can only do as human can do.
Exactly. Well, no one's perfect. That's why. That's why we have free. Yeah, that's why we have free speech. You fuck up. You fuck up your words all the time, but you can say something to make it better. But people don't let you do that nowadays.
Here's the thing, though. When you say something dumb, you're immediately called to be deplatformed, canceled, all this other stuff. Like, no, you need someone who understands why they're wrong, what they said wrong, and how to mend it to educate them.
Yeah.
So you are now seeing on a public platform, when you are wrong, you are educated. And what it's like to come back educated and preach that new knowledge.
Yeah.
Instead, you're just shutting down, like, if you aren't smart enough to begin with, you aren't going to make the cut. Like, you're not giving people room for improvement.
Yeah.
When you see people preaching the wrong idea, you should want to think, this person needs to know where they're wrong. Not, oh, this person needs to be locked in a cage.
Yeah.
No, that's completely the wrong idea, in my opinion.
But
what do I know?
Social media created it. I'll give it to the government. They made a pretty good platform of slowly creating a self-policing system for the community. Like, it's just these people are self-policing each other and yelling at each other and ruining each other's lives when someone does the slightest thing wrong. And hey, I'm not saying racism is good. And you have no reason to ever be racist in public. But you can't get a guy fired and ruin his entire life because he made a racist remark. The cop who did that to George Floyd, hey, got what had coming to him. I mean... Well,
see, there's very tricky things, though, and this is why, like, it's hard to speak on things like such as racism, such a huge problem in such a broad spectrum, because there are very intricate, like, situations. Like, say two people get into an argument, and it's a white person and a black person. The white person calls the white person cracker. The white person calls the black person, coon.
Yeah.
They both go home. They have, the black person has many white friends, and the white person has many black friends. Are either of them racist at the end of the day, or did they just say a racist thing to be mean to the other person? Do they genuinely feel that way, and how do you define that?
We all have hate in our hearts. We're all evil bastards.
Not only that, but like when you're mad at someone, you're gonna say whether you believe it or not, you're gonna say something that you just to hurt them. And it's tough. Do you define your whole character off what you say to someone in the heat of the moment, mad at them?
Nah, yeah, exactly.
And it's. I don't. I have to get up anyways. No, you guys do your thing for a second. I gotta stand up.
We gotta hit re-record on that one, right?
Yeah, I'm just grabbing on this thing. But
Where you been, America?
Had to grab some fucking jewel pods because I'm a fucking loser ass bitch and I use a jewel.
Can I just give you a few bucks for a jewel pod?
Yeah.
Word.
But yeah, I'm a total loser and I fucking.
We're vaping out here. We're quitting smoking though. I've been like 2 years off, but I'm using this thing still.
Yeah, I feel like a total fucking loser every time I reach for this thing.
Especially in public, you're just like...
Oh, in public, it's like, Jesus Christ, don't look at me for 2 seconds, please.
I was walking my aunt's dog one day, and I was hitting this thing, and I'm walking by Viola's in Bristol. It's a liquor store. And there's an old Bristol, and if you're not from around here, you don't... Wood Street is a very rare environment. It's
Wood Street in Bristol.
Yeah, it's like taking a step back, I swear to God, into like 1970.
And that's the town over from the town that
we're in right now, yeah.
Well, the town over from us,
yeah. But, so...
Georgia.
I'm walking by this guy, and he goes, he's like, I'm ripping the jewel, and he goes, "Hey, young man." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "What you got in that pen? Is that, some marijuana?" And I went, "Nah, it's just nicotine." He looks at me, and he goes, "Shame on you." I swear to God.
That's like, there's a convenience store near our Nana's house. Remember when I pulled in to see if they have jewel pods there? Was I with you? I think I was. We stopped, and I was like, let me see. Yeah, the little Hibichi store.
Yeah, yeah.
I go in, right, and I was like, "Oh, do you guys sell jewel pods?" He goes, No, buddy, those came out, they're bad for you, you shouldn't, this and that." And as there's, like $10,000 worth of cigarettes behind him. And I'm like, well, look at what you're selling behind you. Are you really going to put your stake in that claim?
Yeah.
It's like they don't know that the jewel is technically bad for you, but they know cigarettes are bad for you.
Not only that, we've all seen the commercial with the old lady, I have to talk like this because I smoke Marlboro Lights.
There's a guy that comes into my work with one of those.
People come into the bar like that.
Remember we were talking about, it was the same guy.
Yeah,
comes into your uncle's bar.
Does he have to drink through that, do you think? Like,
he's
puts
got
a straw through the
He has to, like...
he gets a bendy straw.
He has to, like, hold... He's wearing, like, a collar. There's, like, a voice box. And he's wearing a collar. He has to, like, hold it. And it's, like...
Oh, yeah, they, like...
And it's funny because he'll come in and I'll talk to him. I'm, like, nice to him and shit, obviously. But, then I just go outside and smoke a cigarette. Like, fuck. What am I doing?
I just look at him like, can I stick my dick in that hole?
Didn't a comedian lose one of their nuts to cigarettes? Like, they got ball cancer and they said it was probably from smoking for 30 years. Was Duncan Trussell who lost one of his nuts?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
testicular cancer.
Yeah, and he said that he thinks it's because he was smoked so
Bill
much.
Hicks died from smoking.
Really?
Literally, just cigarettes.
got stage.
Yeah, see, that's why I need to get nicotine out of my fucking
kicking,
life.
And so was Dice.
Yeah, so yeah, Dice is fucking...
You think their dicks work without Viagra, though?
No.
They got Blue Chew now.
Yeah, but see, I'm trying to avoid that in that age. Like, if I ever need to take a pill to get my dick hard, kill me. Take me off this planet, please.
Blue Chew's for us, though, too. Like, they say it's for kids our age because they're like, do you just want to fuck for longer? Take this. Swear to God, that's the advertisement.
Probably not good for you, though.
Yeah.
Probably not good for your overall libido and just overall sexual function.
Yeah, it probably makes your body reliant on it.
Yeah, I just take one and I sit at home and I just watch my pants lift up for like 6 hours.
Just watch anime.
I just take one and beat off to WWE. Like, started.
Dude, divas, bro. I just watch the page porno over and over again.
I just watch the home remodeling channel and just whack my shit for hours.
I don't even whack it sometimes. I just sit there and look at it. Just watch the chlamydia ooze out.
What color is it?
It's like a light green, yellowish.
It's got a good consistency to it.
Yeah, I think it might be a little syphilis mixed in there.
You should put some in a jar for me.
I will.
Thank you.
Cook with it.
Yeah, various things. Make a candle out of it.
Ooh, that's gonna smell real good.
So, one thing that it's kind of like a new issue for me, Devin, I'm sure you can agree. I don't think you have much of a stake in that claim, but cameras and the price, like the camera, the lens, all this shit
outrageous.
is so insanely expensive just for you to spend majority of the time on the computer.
Yeah,
And it's like,
it's all about the quality at the end of the day.
It's a
Yeah.
piece of the puzzle.
that's why I like buying some used shit for it, but like some people are just fucking idiots trying to sell shit. Like, oh, I bought this camera 5 years ago, but I'm gonna sell it for the same price I bought it at. I used it some.
There, I got it off the back of a truck.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's
sell
falling
it for full
apart.
price.
Yeah, and they're like, I'll sell it to you $550. I bought it for, $550
I'll
6
give you a
years
good deal on
ago.
it.
I'll cut the
$550.
tax out for you.
$540.
Yeah,
$540.
$540.
Fuck you.
And it's like, you're fucking retarded, dude. Like, shut the hell up.
Nintendo does the same thing with their video games. It's
Oh,
like
Nintendo.
6 years. And it's like 6 years between the game, and they're still $60. Get the
Yeah,
fuck out
which
of here.
Zelda game was it? It's been out for like 4 years. It's still $60.
Breath of the Wild, I think,
And it's
yeah.
like, bro.
Get the fuck
Bro.
out of here.
That good.
I heard it was a fire game. I never played it. I heard it was pretty fire though. But still, after 3 years, drop the price a little bit, you fucking assholes.
Yeah, for being a dickhead.
Yeah.
I bought the new one. It's the old school Super Mario 64. It's got Super Mario Sunshine and
Oh wait, the new Mario remastered package.
Yeah.
You got it? Was it worth it?
dang it.
What'd you
It's-
get it for? You don't have the Switch.
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
I
you got a Switch now?
Lite. I bought it from D-Man's little sister for $100.
Good. That's a good score.
She was like, "How much you want?" Or how much? I was like, "How much you want?" She goes, "Whatever you're willing." I said, $100. She said, "I'll give you it right now." Came with Animal Crossing and Minecraft.
I bought that Animal Crossing game. I played it for 2 hours. I was like, I can't believe I paid for this.
Yeah.
It was the worst thing I'd ever done in my life.
I bought
Like
the
that
new
was just
Pokemon
like a-
game.
Like a fucking silly white girl's game.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
never
mean?
played it.
I thought it was going to be able to do so much more on it, and then I couldn't, and I was like,
I just never understood
where did the hype
what
come
the
from?
fuck the whole thing about it was.
I thought it was going to be like a big virtual online thing where you could go, like, no, and it's
No.
not. And I was like, this is
It's
what
terrible.
do you do?
It's a chores
I don't know.
simulator,
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I thought it was going to be so much different.
which kind of is a play on like society because all these girls were getting it. Maybe the housewife is the perfect
Maybe
job
it's
for
coming-
them because
Maybe
it's
the
just a
housewife
chores
is
simulator.
coming back, but now they're just not even doing it. They're just doing it on a game.
Yeah, get out the fucking game and make me a fucking steak, you bitch.
I hate it. I hate you.
No, but for real though, it is. I played it when I was younger with Haley and Vanessa, but even then, like I only played when I was with them because it's literally just a chore simulator. It's not fun at all.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking ass.
That is the craziest way to kill time. You're just murdering time at that point,
Yeah.
slaughtering it.
Yeah, you know what I'd rather do to kill time? I actually still do. I play solitaire on my phone.
That's
I'd rather do that than
better,
than play
I
that.
played solitaire in years.
Every
Holy
once in a
shit.
while, I'll download like a brain puzzle game.
Yeah.
Like a block one. I usually go with the block game because it gets my brain going a little bit. But then I'll
Yeah.
just delete it because I need room on my phone.
Yeah, I hear you.
Poor bitch status. Yeah, no, fucking. I haven't played a phone game in a minute. I feel like a phone game. If you play phone games, you put a gun in your mouth and just end it all. It's just too much wasted time for me.
I like phone games that are like quick, like solitaire. It's a 3-minute game.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm
facts.
saying? Like something where the level is like 30. If I'm on the toilet, if I'm like
Taking a
waiting
shit.
for someone, like I got like 2 minutes. Let me just. I'd rather do that than mindlessly scroll through social media. To be honest,
I
because
fucking hate social media.
if I do that, I'll get like 7 posts down, and I'll just see something that is just so beyond the idea of logic that I'm like, the fact that you took time, typed this out, and thought people are gonna fucking agree to this, and it's like, who's gonna agree to this? The Scientologists? Like, you fucking idiot.
No, they really like they type out something and they're like, "This is it, chief.
Yeah.
This
And it's
is
like-
the one." I got a few examples of people who live over here who I want to fucking go buy their house at the middle of the night, put one in the back of their head.
That's why I only have Instagram, and I find myself following less and less people that I actually know all the time. Like, I don't need to see this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I genuinely just don't need to see it.
I sit
Like,
in
no
public and
interest.
stare at the
I
air
love
now.
seeing people that we grew up with, went to school with, and they're becoming social warriors on like Twitter and Instagram, and it's like
as soon as a problem arises, they're all for
yeah,
the cause.
and it's like you realize that you're doing nothing to help the cause. You're just sitting on your couch and posting things to the 300 people that follow you that already don't care about your opinion. They just want to see you post a picture with your titties out.
Yeah, it's a
Like-
moment. It's a momentary gain, but you know what? They're gonna grow. They're gonna get older. They're gonna get older. Get to 30s, and as they get into their 40s, they're gonna be like, I am so unfulfilled because all I went to college, I got a degree, and then I sat on my fucking phone and I waitressed the rest of the time.
I mean, granted, I do see a lot of people get some bizarre degree and do come out and find a job in that
Yeah,
field
yeah.
and everything, and good for them.
But
My
the
thing
people on
is,
the
is
internet.
my thing is when they find themselves in the real world of business, they start to see where like a lot of the things that they thought were social issues, like why they're on that basis and like where they come from, and because it's not such a broad thinking. It's because
Yeah.
it's just that market. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to go with the market. You know, and I'm not saying it's a one side. You know, like. Because I don't want someone to hear this and think I'm saying like, oh, this is why men run this or why white people run this. Like, no, it's the exact same for the opposite side of the spectrum. You know, there are certain markets where obviously this is a woman-run market. You know, like women need to design these things because they're for women's body. You know, things like tampons and things. I would hope a woman runs that fucking field because it's about women's bodies.
Yeah.
And
Pretty sure a dude invented the tampon.
he
He
did.
is an
He
Indian
did.
dude. Yeah.
But I'm assuming today in modern society, the Tampax company is run by a woman.
Yeah.
I hope, or at least the general design of the product comes from a woman.
What do guys know about shoving
Yeah.
cotton up your pussy? I don't get
Yeah,
it.
literally. Like if a guy's here, like, no, it's gotta get designed. Shut the fuck up. Like, shut
No,
the
there's
fuck up.
there's pockets on the side. You gotta
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Flip
But
it like a dick.
yeah. This is,
Oh my god.
you know,
Put
but
some
then.
balls on the end of that thing.
But then there are things that like are generally dominated by like a man, like the landscaping industry. It's not that a woman can't, you know, do the physical labor like a man can. The issue is there's not many bathrooms on sites when you're a landscaper.
Yeah.
A guy can go behind a tree with ease versus a woman.
Having a
She's gonna have a little bit of an issue of that.
Yeah.
And
Never mind the fact that they just don't want to do it. Like
That
you
is
would
another
see
thing.
more women landscapers if they wanted to landscape.
90% of the women do not go to a landscaping office and say, "Are you guys hiring?"
Yeah.
That's a given. But on the other hand, too, there's just issues with the fact that we don't have bathrooms on site. I did landscaping. I never had a bathroom on any of the sites I ever worked at, ever. Every now and again, you would have, like, the old people that live in the house that would come out, oh, if you guys need to use the bathroom, you want some water, you know, be good people.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna destroy
But majority of the
this
time,
lady's
there's,
bathroom.
yeah, we'd go there, and there's nobody at the house. There, you know, like, we just show up, do our thing, and leave. So, you know, there's issues like that come in all different ways.
Yeah.
But it's just, I do notice that a lot of people have these crazy, like, I'm right, you're wrong, because I see it in a broad, simplistic way until I get into the actual market and understand the complexity of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And it's just like, I think a lot of people need to
just chill out.
hit the brakes a little bit. Like, it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I said
wait
it-
till you understand it.
I said it earlier on Good Evening America. It'll be out by the time we put this out, so we're gonna I'm not spoiling anything. But I said we're advancing too fast, and I think it's just frying people's heads because they're like it's creating all these social issues. But we're progressing so fast as a society now, as a technology, that I think we're actually kind of short circuiting, going, what the fuck is going on? We can see all this stuff now that's happening in the world, and we can't process it fast enough, so we get upset about it. We get angry, when in reality, it's happening for a reason. Maybe not a good reason, but not everything that happens in this world is for a good reason, and it's never going to be perfect. So if you're out there thinking it's going to be the best thing in the world when you grow up a tiny bit, you get a little bit older, it's never going to be good, and it's just going to get worse.
See, I've started seeing that. I think a big issue is we went from people physically dominant bullying the weaker in a person-to-person scenario to where the physically weaker bullying everyone on an internet platform.
mental
and
level.
because growing up, like, as a kid, it was the tough kids bullying the fat kids, and then as you got into high school, it was the fat kids cyberbullying everyone else on Twitter.
Yeah.
And it was like, in reality, you would probably still get your ass kicked at the end of the day. And what it is,
You're in
it's
high
the
school,
people.
there's still that consequence of showing up to school, and then that person.
Oh, I've
kicking
gotten
your
threatened
ass.
many a times talking shit online to people.
Exactly.
I just
And
tell my motherfuckers who ride with me.
my issue is the people who were bullied and stand for not bullying are the ones doing it on social media and things like that, causing such like a disarray of like, just actions and emotions among people in a social platform, just because you could have someone come out and preach their idealism and someone else think it's just completely batshit, and because they feel offended in a way that the other person is wrong, they can bully them out of their platform.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
just like, what?
It's not
dude?
the way it's rolling.
It's like, this seems a little childish to me.
Yeah,
you know
people
what
are
I'm saying?
fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, I thought when you got in, like, as you became an adult, people stopped fighting as much and talked more. I thought the fighting was for kids, the talking was for adults.
Yeah.
It seems like we kind of lost that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
With
think
our
just-
generation.
I was just gonna say with our generation, that's pretty much. I feel like our generation is the first generation like this with the technology and social media and shit. It's different than like the 90s, the 80s.
We
60s,
think about the 60s,
70s.
the 60s people who were protesting in the 60s and shit. These are the same.
You guys
people,
keep rolling with that. I gotta get up for a second.
These are the same people who were growing up on hating the Vietnam War and protesting that, and these are now the same people who are scared of MS-13 coming into their local neighborhoods, and now they're kind of re-emerging as activists again. Against everything that's wrong in the world today. And hey, I'm not saying that racism, homophobia ain't bad. It's bad. But you're not going to be able to change everybody. And at the end of the day, you got to realize that.
Do you remember when a whole string of protests were going on? I don't know if it was before the George Floyd protests and situation and everything, but it was like, I think it was Allie's Donuts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You saw
They're-
those like 8 old
Oh,
veterans, I guess, but they were just so for the cause of
Yeah.
because they took away the military tax or
The military discount.
Yeah.
See,
I just saw this picture. I was
Yeah.
like, you gotta be fucking.
I was
going
like,
to Allie's
yeah.
Donuts.
So my thing is, like, I did think it was a little fucked up they cut the military discount to veterans because they played no role in society. They were just turned into a killing machine, sent into some fucking shithole, and used as literally a killing machine.
Yeah.
They weren't there to be racist and homophobic or not. They literally just were turned into animals by our government.
Especially
and
Vietnam
taken
War.
advantage of.
Just drafted in.
Exactly.
But still, I
So
feel like Allie's Donuts it's their own corporation.
yeah, no, they have every right to do it, and like you can have your opinion on it. But my thing is like the people that went so far, they were like. It was like, it became the biggest issue in their head, and it's like, okay, in 2020, a donut shop discontinuing a military discount should not be the biggest issue on your plate, like...
Also, we shouldn't mistreat our veterans, though. These are the people
100%
that protected
agree,
our country.
and like I said, we can have our own personal opinion on it, but I do believe that you have every right to make whatever decision for your own business. So if I don't agree with it, but you still want to make that decision, I believe you have the right to make that decision.
Yeah.
And I also believe that decision that they made should not be on any of our list of priorities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless that 20 cents you're saving on your donut is literally going to cut your throat, I don't think it should be on your list of priorities either.
Unless you're addicted to donuts.
Yeah, and
donut
if you
problem.
are, I don't think that 10 cents should be should be on your priority. I think the donut problem should be on your priority board.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we have plenty
It's
of
like
other places
his
you can get
donuts.
donuts and shit. If you
Fucking
genuinely
donuts.
don't agree with it, go somewhere else. You don't have to make a huge stink about it. Unless you are there to educate them in why you believe they're wrong, or even if you are and they don't want to hear it, they're not under any obligation to listen to hear you out.
It's also a free country, too, so, I mean, you gotta... It's a free country, so you can be an absolute complete piece of shit at free will, and we can't even say nothing about it. We can say something about it, but you ain't gotta listen. And it's just that if everyone collectively turns into a piece of shit, it's fine. I mean, we can do it. It's a free country, but things are gonna get real messy. Things are gonna get real messy. I forget where I was going with this with the Alley's Donuts thing, but yeah.
I just thought about it.
What's up?
No, I just thought about it. I just brought it up. I don't know why.
I think, like I said, it's nice in America because, yes, a business has the right to make these choices, whether we believe they're right or wrong, but we have the freedom to not choose that business and go somewhere else for the same product.
Some more donut shops.
Plenty. There's plenty of other donut shops to get a fresh donut at.
Thanks.
But if you're really that hung up on it, I guess I can't say. I guess there are worse things to be mad about right now.
People just want to be mad.
Just to be mad.
It is. It's a sad
Just to get
sight.
out of the house.
And these are like where we are. It's like two towns so close to each other and so small that it's almost like the drama's almost condensed into one town. So it's almost like city drama, I think, where it's like you have such a confined space and you can see what's going on so much, like in a city, where it's like a lot of local anger happens. Like I feel like mainly in towns, there's not too much because everyone's spread apart. Here, no, everyone's squished together. Everyone's right on top of each other. Everyone knows each other's business.
I feel like it's a small scale society. Like you can take society as a whole and shrink it down to the Warren Bristol spectrum, because you got your kind of wealthy people, you got your middle class, your working class, your fucking panhandler class, and then you're just straight living in a tent smoking crack class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything in between then,
That motherfucker burst up.
Yeah.
All the motherfuckers.
It's definitely
It's a melting pot.
yeah, definitely, for sure, a melting pot, and it's almost beautiful though in a sense. It's very beautiful. It's because we literally have, like, our school, for instance, we have kids that are trust fund babies and are guaranteed like $50,000 a year for the rest of their lives, even if they don't do a single thing in the rest, like, ever. And then you have kids that are fighting felony cases right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, you have kids that they could
Murder
live in
their
beautiful
grandmother.
houses, their parents own Mercedes and BMWs, but then you have kids that their moms smoke crack.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful that we can all coexist in the same area.
It's fun. It's
It's
real fun to see.
Definitely an
everyone
interesting landscape in a sense, socially.
Mm-hmm.
It is beautiful physically. Like, we do have some beautiful sights and everything, but speaking on the people, we definitely do. It keeps things interesting.
Plus, it's fairly diverse racially. Also,
Yeah, we do have a good mix. I mean, for a while we were white dominant,
Yeah,
but
really white
dominant.
all of a sudden, a lot of Asians started coming in.
Yeah.
So Bristol and Warren, all of
Yup.
a sudden you'd see a lot, and then a lot more. Like, I don't know. I see
It's
a lot of
'cause all the-
Spanish people.
Because
Yeah.
the Chinese are moving everywhere and buying up all the property.
Yeah.
Everywhere. They're doing
Fuck it.
everywhere.
I'm with it.
I don't
I'm
know
cool with
about
it.
all that, but hey.
Nah, dude, swear.
I'm
Go
cool with
look at fucking New York. It's just mad Chinese people own all the apartments. I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, but I'm kind of saying there's something wrong with it.
Some crab rangoons.
So my thing is, are they like just regular like Chinese citizens, or are they Chinese nationalists?
I have no idea.
You know what I'm saying? That makes me.
I was hearing about this
concerned.
on a podcast, and I'm saying I don't know because I don't want to sound like a jackass if I get it wrong.
Yeah.
But
What if there's Chinese devil worshippers? I'm cool with that.
that'd be pretty. Like what's that movie? VHS 2. Remember? You never seen the
Oh
VHS
my
movies?
god! Did you see the third one?
They made a third one.
Yeah, dude.
How bad is it?
It's pretty gnarly.
That fucking the second one is like this. It's like this Asian like
Oh, the school.
yeah, the school. It's like a boarding school kind of.
Shit, dude! And they're like worshiping the devil. There's
Never-
mass suicide.
Yeah, they do a
I've never
mass
heard of
that.
suicide. They take the girl that the Americans come with to film. Then there's a mass suicide, and the guys go downstairs, and they basically impregnated this girl with
With the
Satan's
devil.
spawn, and it just comes out her pussy, and fucking
Does
murders.
VHS stand for something, or is it just like VHS?
No, they're
VHS
VHS
tapes.
tapes. Yeah.
They go into these places and they find the first one they film like rape porn, and like they go break into a guy's house and they're stealing like all these old tapes.
Yeah, and like
Really?
one dude gets stuck watching them like in a trance, and like the movie is all the different tapes, and then like short bits of what the dude like is going on with the guy watching it.
I like this.
Trip
Yeah,
acid.
I like
Let's
it.
trip
I like,
on acid and watch that.
You know what was one of those creepy movies like that? I don't know if either of you have seen it. The ABCs of Death.
No.
That is a strange
Is it foreign?
fucking semi. So what it is every letter. So what it is, they gave like 26 producers a letter of the album. Yes,
I didn't watch the whole thing. It was in black and white.
I think a couple of them were like a couple of the segments. So what it was is every producer was given a letter of the alphabet and to make a short horror film off of the letter of the alphabet. There were some bizarre fucking clips in there, like these one dudes like. Basically, they were going to make a short movie where they just shoot a bunny in the head. And, like, they end up, like, fucking up with a gun and shoots himself in the head and shit. And it was just like,
God.
yeah.
It was on Netflix, right? A while ago?
Yeah, it was either Netflix or Hulu. One or the other.
Yeah.
There was one Vial. Have you guys ever seen that one?
No.
It's basically, like, these people are camping and they stop at a rest stop at night and, like, this lady fucking throws gas in their... Like, she's a hitchhiker that they were going to pick up and she, like, throws this fucking gas in their face and they all fall asleep and they wake up in this room with 6 other people. And it's like there's a bar. It's like a game, I guess. And there's a bar 0 to 100%. You have to get it to 100% by torturing each other in like this cell.
I've heard of that. I didn't watch it.
Fucking ripping off fingernails, braiding with like cheese grater. It was like watching ECW. It was fucking God. Put the hand in boiling water.
Oh wait, maybe I did actually watch that. Now that I think about it, yeah, that what?
Yeah, and they have to get at the end. They have to get the thing taken out of the back of their neck. There's like this poison in the back of their neck, and if they get out,
was that the one where the dude like had to cut out his own skin, fry it, and eat it?
Maybe.
Or no, he had to he cut out a chunk of his skin, but then like the thing was that she had to fry it and she ate
something like that. Oh,
yeah, it was so just crazy.
How do you come up with that type of shit? You got to be in a dark place.
Sick bastard. Yeah, sick bastard.
Yeah. Damn.
Those people should be put down. Those people are fucking a problem.
I'm glad there's those types of minds out there, but shit.
I'm scared
to bring that to life. How they do. You know?
It definitely has a visual aesthetic to it. I'm not sure if it's a very calming and pleasing one, but it definitely has
has its place, you know.
Yeah,
its purpose.
It definitely fits the scale of it. That's for sure.
You people are fucked up out there. You're all fucked up.
It's horror movies have definitely gone. I watched one horror. It was a foreign horror film. I watched it one time, and my ex-girlfriend had showed me it because I was really into horror movies. She's like, "Do you want to watch the world's scariest movie?" And I was like, "What do you mean the world's scariest movie?" She's like, "It's been banned from so many countries." Like,
what's the name of this?
Porn star. I don't remember it, but he's like a porn star, and like his brother like is mad at him because he can like his dick can stay hard longer than his or some shit. Bro, holy fuck! I want to throw up thinking about the movie. Like, it wasn't scary. It was disgusting. Like, this dude like and his brother end up like raping the dude's wife and his son, and like it's just like.
Yeah, anything with rape involving a child.
It's not scary. It's just disgusting. Yeah. Like
that's
not
done.
Terrifying. That's just absolutely appalling. Like that is just like I want to throw up.
Scare factor to it? Any horror aspect?
No, it was just all disgusting. It was just like completely all about like
sick fuck just made that shit.
Yeah, it was like shock factor. I'm gonna have a kid be raped in the movie. I'm stuck on the kid.
Yeah, it's like this porn star who like he does a lot of like rape porn, and then like he has to do like a rape porn where like him and his brother are like tag teaming what he thinks are his wife and his like they're both their wives, but it turns out to be just his wife and his son. And then like the very end of the movie, he just like. He lines up his wife, his son, and his head in a line and shoots them all in the head.
I would do that after watching the movie to all three of us.
Yeah. I wanted to. If I had a gun, I genuinely probably would have killed myself after watching that. Just for the fact that I watched that terrible film.
I avoid watching shit like that.
Yeah, that's the shit you shouldn't be putting in your fucking head. Like,
I feel like I watched too many scary movies when I was younger, and it just kind of...
backfired.
Subconsciously traumatized me, or I just know to stay away from.
It's like
I never liked scary movies. I never liked scary movies.
I just absorb it too much.
I love scary movies. Like I've always have. Like I love horror movies that are like real good. My thing though is because like I can usually distinct it. Like okay, this isn't fucking real. Like the Saw games are not fucking real. Like this would be on the FBI's most watch list if this shit even tried to happen once. Like
I can't do that.
Yeah, especially...
My head will be like, this is going to happen to you as soon as you step out in the dock. Like...
Yeah, I don't get that. That's why, like, I want, like, actual, like, scary movies. Shit that, like, it's like, okay.
I like the classics because they're a little more realistic. You know, like Halloween and shit. Like, there could be some creepy killer trying to kill you. A little bit is a little far-fetched, but
and I believe
the
in
basics
ghosts.
of it.
I believe in ghosts, so there could be a ghost out there. You never know.
Yeah, I believe that shit's very, very real.
Supernatural shit, for sure.
Ghosts are scary. I don't fuck with ghosts. I heard classical music here one time from a ghost. He was just playing that shit. Just on his record player in the other room.
I have a few really bad haunting stories, but we'll save those for other episodes. But man, that shit is real, and that shit is scarier than a motherfucker.
Have you ever had one here?
I heard a few light things. One time, one of these doors shook. It scared the shit out of me and Moose. Like, and that's how I knew it was real. And
do you remember the time the door opened? Like, we literally were talking about it, and then you were standing in front of the door, and it literally just slid over, and we were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
I'm like waiting now. Come on.
I've had a couple really bad ones though at my friend's house because his house is super haunted, and like so the shit that's happened there like genuinely scared me to the bone, to the point where it's like that's what genuine fear feels like, because in a sense of like in this reality, like if someone scares you, there's still a sense of like there's physical objects, like I can get myself out of this danger. But when it's a supernatural type of danger, it's just genuine fear because there is no fight or
it's
flight.
The unknown.
Like,
yeah,
it's like I can't fight it and I can't escape it. So it's just you're stuck in a trance of fear.
Was that at Adam's house?
Yeah.
I always heard stuff about that.
Being
in that house, I would get a vibe.
So like here's the thing: is I told my grandma. I didn't even tell her what happened. I just told her like about some sketchy shit at that place. She asked the address, and immediately after knowing the address, she was like, she got shook. She was scared. I was like, so you know about it? And she was like, yeah.
I'll go there.
I was like, yeah, if you say it's real, I'm fucking out of there.
One of my aunt's house is my aunt and uncle's house is one of the old DeWolf houses, and the old DeWolf house, the DeWolfs were slave traders from back in the day, and I thought that and they were like trading after it was outlawed. So like,
you're talking about the one on Main Street, Molly's old house?
There's a couple. Blythewall was the last one, like the Blythewall mansion. You know that one,
no.
Linden Place. That was the last house I think they lived in, and they owed a bunch of money, and all the locals chased them out of there. And they're buried like in the back of the woods in some cemetery.
Isn't it weird how like the locals chased out the DeWolfs, but the DeWolfs now are such a crazy wealthy family in the area?
Yep, it's fucking wild. All of slave trading, which is wild.
Yeah, they literally have an insane family inheritance, like basically all from slave labor, and nobody gives a fuck about them.
It's funny because whenever I'm in Bristol and I go in someone's apartment and they have that little like slave door looking thing, the first thing I think of is DeWolf.
Yeah,
I got
there was
DeWolf.
There was an old like bakery door thing like in my aunt's house where it's like into the kitchen from the hallway where you slide the door through and pass the food through, and I was like, what they use that for? And then I was like,
they just kept that.
I remember Johnny telling me he used to hear a lot of shit in Molly's house, like, and that like shed they had in the back that apparently like slaves would stay in. Like you said, you could hear chains and shit rattling in there all the time. And I was like, yeah, fuck all that.
Any house by the water in these two towns are like you can guarantee there was like slave shit going on.
Glad my grandparents built my house.
Yeah, because like that's more fucking like that was just more land. Up over here is land taken over fucking.
Well, actually, I was gonna say no. Rocco built your house, and you had you saw Ron saw the apparitions of the fucking colonial people in your house.
Yeah, this is all like King Philip War.
I like that my grandmother's house, her husband's parents had built it, and they were just a bunch of Portuguese immigrants. So it was like, all right, you guys didn't own slaves because you guys were borderline these slaves.
Yeah, Hugh Cole owned my land where I live, and it was all farmland before, so I think it was just like nothing.
Yeah.
Well, slaves got to work the land.
Facts.
Basically,
they probably did work the land.
They did work the land. Yeah.
This is mainly marshland over here, but like on this golf course, the Windmill Hill golf course, right?
Yeah, right
to the left. Was one of like the battle sites of the King Philip War, which is the bloodiest war on American soil.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, the history of that war.
Yeah, it's crazy how we're not taught that in school, though. You know what I'm saying?
I was so interested in that shit after I really went to King Philip's Chair in Bristol.
Yeah, that is the coolest.
Just sitting there and knowing that was where like the archers, they on the top of the tall rocks.
Yeah.
Like, there's a chair and then it's a big ass rock mountain type of thing you can go on top of if you really wanted to. But the archers used to sit up there and just fucking
snipe down.
Yeah.
Like I was just looking.
Even going to the well. Going to the well's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a nice little area over there. It sucks that a bunch of fucking idiots ruined it for people by trying to go hunting in a fucking, like,
Like,
who
you're
in
gonna
their
shoot
right
a
mind goes to
deer
Mount
over
Hope
there.
Farms and like, this is a good place to start fucking shooting shit? Like,
What happened? They started shooting. What? They closed it or something?
yeah, that's why it's only open 3 days a week now. Yeah, at certain times too. Like, there's a gate now.
I
They
haven't
shut
been
it
in-
all the
All of
time.
Mount Hope
I haven't been
Farms?
there
Yeah.
in so long.
Yeah, it's barely open ever.
It's such a good spot,
A
man.
tremendous walking trail. Like, you want to go longboarding,
Anything,
walk your
yeah.
dog, go
They
for a
got-
hike.
They got cliffs over there. I'm surprised none of us fell
Tremendous
off
area.
the cliffs.
That was the best longboard ride because you take the longboard ride and then you end up at the water
Mm-hmm.
and you just had that view to chill and
Yep.
smoke and
I've
do whatever.
slipped so many times on those cliffs, and I'm so surprised I've never fucking just died going on. going up
Grateful
them.
I did not hurt myself
Yeah.
over there or get lost.
Yeah.
I used to venture in those woods a lot, and it would be real fucking easy to lose your path.
One time we were having a fire up at the cliffs, and I was putting the fire out, and I was like kicking the rocks or kicking the shit down, the driftwood down into the water, and fucking I slipped on the fucking thing, and my hand went right down into the embers of where the fire was, and I caught myself, burned the fuck out of it. I was like, I could have either fell and died, or just burned my hand real bad. So I was taking my losses.
Yeah,
I was heated though.
I understand. I mean, we all got to make sacrifices, right?
Facts. Couple blisters now. Hurt
Couple of
nobody.
blisters.
Nah, hurt nobody.
Builds character.
Yeah. Well, I think it's about time we wrap this up. I think
Solid.
we covered some
Yeah.
good shit here.
Clap some cheeks.
This is good. Yeah, clap some cheeks.
You have a good.
Glad we
fucking
did
day.
this. Solid first episode.
More to come.
More to come.
Lowest society.
See you scumbags soon.
Have a good day.